Last time on Steins Gate Elite.
Oh no.
え
There she is, leaning over the tracks. She's off balance as if she stumbled or someone pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, then the train comes screaming to the station. I hear an unusual sound from under the train. God! The sound. Got the sound. Oh, gosh. Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes.
Now back to...
If you just do it, it'll turn out okay. Hey everyone, it's night here again. Like I think I said my name right. And we're back for more Steins Gate Elite. Last time, so much death. Just, I don't think about it really, but yeah, that happened. So now I think we're just like, our mind's broken. I know mine would be. It already is kind of. But let's get like a happy ending, right? It's gotta have a happy ending, doesn't it? But with no particular status in mind, I get fed up with the crowds around the station and escape to the pedestrian overpass. Mary's death creeps closer and closer.
そこのドキュン男。
There you are, you idiot.
いきなり飛び出したと思ったらこんなところにいたか。
So this is where you went. I've been looking for you. Lift my head and see Caruso standing there.
なあクリスティーナ
何よ。
What?
今何時だ
What time is it now? What time is it now?
5時38分。
5:38.
ねえ、そんなところでドキュン行為してる暇があったら買い出し付き合いなさいよ。
Hey, if you have time to sit around, you help me with the shopping. Shopping? Oh, right. Preparations for the party. In the original timeline, I think at this point is like 2 weeks ago in my brain, probably. I went shopping with Carissa at the UPX supermarket. And then we talked on this bridge, just like now. I feel like it's like so long ago, because it probably was in your brain. Back then I had no idea what was about to happen.
どうなの？買い出し来るのか来ないのか。
Well, are you gonna come along or not? I don't believe that was wrong to time leap. However,
クリス。
初めてまともに名前呼んだな。
that's the first time you've said my name properly.
助けてくれ。
Help me. I can't save Mayuri alone. I realize that now. I can't keep struggling alone.
助けてくれ。
Help me!
話して。
Tell me what happened.
あんたがタイムリープしたのは分かってる。
I know you used the time leap machine.
あんたに誰かから電話がかかってきたと思ったらいきなり表変したから。
You get a phone call and suddenly you're like a different person.
私の目はごまかせない。
It was obvious.
何があった？
What happened?
マユリが殺された。
They killed Mayuri over and over and over and over and over again. And I explain about CERN and Moeka and about how Karisu herself activated the time leap machine to make this possible. I tell her about my previous leaps. I explain how the world itself wants Mayuri dead, and I can't save her no matter how hard I try.
すべて俺の責任だ。
It's all my fault. Talking to Karisu lets me sort out everything I've done, everything I've seen.
セルンにハッキングしろなんてダルに頼まなければよかった。
I shouldn't have told Daru to hack CERN.
タイムマシーンを作ろうなんて言い出さなければよかった。
I shouldn't have asked you to build a time machine.
モエカをラボ面になんかするんじゃなかった。
I shouldn't have make a lab mem.
マユリが死ぬのはすべて俺の責任なんだ。
Mayuri's death is all my fault. That's why I need to bear the burden myself. I was resolved to do whatever it took to save Mayuri, never faltering, never giving up. Yet my resolve has already crumbled. What? Only after, what, 50 tries?
そんなまずいことが起きようとしてるのに、あんたはなんでここでぼんやりしてるの？
If you know that Mayuri's gonna die, then what are you doing wasting time here?
わからなくなったからだ。
I just don't get it anymore.
わからないって何が？
What don't you get?
マユリを助ける方法が。
How to save Mayuri?
あんたの話を聞いた限りじゃ時間順序保護仮説は本当だったってことになるのかな。
Based on what you said, I guess the chronology projection conjecture is true. Chronology projection conjecture. In quantum mechanics, a theory proposed by Stephen Hawking that states that time travel is impossible. Any attempt to travel through time will be prevented by quantum effects. So time travel requires infinite field energy, which is impossible to obtain. In other words, the laws of causality, and by extension, the chronology or timeline of the universe, are projected by quantum mechanics.
何をしてもどうやってもマユリが死んでしまうんだ。
No matter what I do, Mayuri dies.
だからタイムリープを延々と繰り返したか。
And that's why you keep time leaping.
タイムリープマシンは理論上絶対安全だと証明されているわけじゃない。
There's no guarantee that the machine is safe, you know.
これまでは何事もなく成功してたかもしれないけど、繰り返し使うことでどんな影響が出るかもわからない。
Even if the machine works perfectly, repeated uses may have serious side effects.
もしかしたら時間の輪、つまり因果率から外れるかもしれない。
For example, you may become disconnected from causality itself.
あんたはそんな危険を冒してるの。そのことを自覚して。
You need to understand the risk if you're going to continue.
因果率から外れるとは。
Disconnected from causality? Meaning?
SF 小説によくあるでしょ。閉じた時間の輪の中で永遠にさまよい続けるってこと。永久に年は取らないけど、永久に同じ日からは出られなくなる。
It happens all the time in sci-fi. You become trapped in a closed time loop, never aging, never dying, but doomed to repeat the same day for all eternity.
最悪の場合、なかったことにされる可能性だってある。
Worst case, you may cease to exist entirely. What?
存在の抹消。あんたの18年だか19年だかの人生の痕跡すべてをあらゆる人間が最初から知らなかったことにされるかも。
Every trace of your existence will vanish. Nobody will remember you because your life will never happened.
時間を飛び越えることはそれだけ危険なのよ。
Leaping through time is that dangerous.
人間は根源的に時間的存在者である。
Humans are temporal beings.
ハイデガーね。私も今その言葉を言おうと思ってた。
Heidegger. I was thinking of that quote too. Final Fantasy VII? No, probably not. No idea who that is. But totally the Final Fantasy VII guy.
お前から教わった言葉だ。
I heard it from you first.
いつ？
When?
俺はもう何度もタイムリープしている。
This isn't the first time I've leaped.
あ、なるほど。
Right. Of course.
あんたの話が本当だったとして、マユリを助けたい気持ちは私だって同じよ。
If what you said is true, then I want to save Mayuri too.
でもタイムリープマシン製作に関わった人間の一人として、あれを何度も使うことは勧められない。
But as the co-creator of the Time Leap Machine, I can't recommend its continued use.
あんたはそれでももがく。
Will you listen to my advice?
俺は
I can't do it alone. I know that now.
だからお前に助けを求めたんだ。
I need your help.
もがくために、マユリを助けるために。俺一人じゃダメだったが、クリスの協力があれば何とかできるかもしれない。できると信じたい。
I had to save Mayuri. I can't do it alone, but together we might have a chance. I need to believe that.
力を貸してくれ。
Please, lend me your strength.
無茶しやがってバカ。
You're such a stubborn fool.
あんた壊れててもおかしくなかったんだからね。
What you've been through, I'm surprised it hasn't broken you already. What you've been through, I'm surprised it hasn't broken you already. I had a deep voice there for a second, even though this voice isn't probably very deep too.
協力はする。
I'll help.
マユリは大切な仲間。ラボメンだから。
Mary's my friend, and a fellow lab mem.
それにあんたのそんな辛そうな姿見てられない。
And besides, I don't want to see you in such pain.
すまない。
I'm sorry.
謝らないでよ。
Don't apologize.
岡部、前に私の父親のことで相談に乗ってくれたでしょ。あの時私結構救われたんだ。
Remember when I told you about my father? You really helped me back then.
だから今度は私があんたの力になる。
Now it's my turn to return the favor.
あんたの力になりたい。
I want to be your strength.
それで一緒に青森まで行ってもらわないと。
Besides, you still have to come with me to Amory.
止めたってタイムリープする気なんでしょ。何しろあんたは狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。いつだって独善的に生きてきたんだから。
I know you're gonna time loop no matter what I say. You're a mad scientist after all, and mad scientists play by their own rules. Their own crazy, crazy rules. The rules of chaos and whatever.
ちょっとそこは
Hey, this is where you go.
無論だ。わっはっはっはみたいに答えなさいよ。
But of course, that's something, right?
そうだな。
Yeah.
調子狂うな。
Why do I even try? Chrissy is right. I would do anything to save Mayuri.
さてもうあまり時間もないからこれからあたふたするよりもっとじっくり対策を練った方がいい。
There's not much time. I think you should have a clear plan before trying to change the future again.
つまり
Meaning?
今からもっと前の時間に飛んでおく。
Leap to a different earlier time.
そこで改めて私に事情を説明して。
Then explain the situation to me again. Chrissy's right. It's important to devise a plan. A plan besides, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Up until now, my actions have been random. They've gotten me nowhere.
Maybe if I prepare myself better, I might start to enact some change.
行こう。
Let's go. I take Chrissy's outstretched hand and use it to raise to my feet.
マユリ本人はともかく、橋田にも話さないの？
I understand why you can't tell Mayuri. Why can't you tell Hashada?
必要になったら話す。
I'll tell him when it's necessary. And it's certainly not necessary right now. I have time to explain. I've already turned the 42-inch CRT on.
住居侵入罪で逮捕されるわよ。
They'll throw you in the slammer for breaking and entering.
どうせ過去に戻れば今のはなかったことになる。
In a few seconds, it wouldn't have happened.
そっか。あんたの主観じゃそうなるわけだ。
I see. That's how it looks from your perspective.
私の主観だとどうなるんだろう。あんたが飛んだ後、ここはどうなる？
What does it look like from my perspective? What happens here after you leap?
そのデータもすぐに取れる。
You'll know soon enough. My consciousness travels to the past, that I know from experience. With the body I leave behind. I used to be so fascinated by the structure of the universe, but now I don't really care. All that matters is saving Mayuri.
どうした？
What's wrong?
うん。考えたら思考がループしちゃってた。
It's nothing. I was just thinking.
D メールのような状態になるかもしれない。
Maybe it works like a D-mail. The instant we send a D-mail, the present changes around us. Think to reading Steiner, only I remember what it was like before the change.
その方が楽だけど、悔しくもある。
That would make things easier, though. I kind of hope that you're wrong.
データを観測できないからか？
Because you can't record, because you can't collect data if you can't record the change.
そういうこと。
Exactly.
転送先は5時間前にしておいた。つまり午後1時40分くらい。
I set that day to 5 hours ago. You should arrive around 1:40 p.m.
覚えてる？私がタイムリープマシーンを完成させたのは2時過ぎだった。
I completed the time leap machine after 2. Do you remember? Barely. It might be a mere 5-hour difference for Kurisu, but since I've lived through it over and over again, 2 o'clock feels like it was hundreds of hours ago.
時間にルーズな男は嫌われる。
No one likes a man who can't remember dates.
感謝しなさいよ。私は時計をよく見る癖があって、何時に何があったかは結構覚えてるの。
Be thankful that I make a habit of checking the time. I have a pretty good idea what happened when. Kurisu finishes typing and turns to face me.
いい、岡部。タイムリープマシーンを使うなら、これだけは覚えておいて。
Listen, Okabe, if you're gonna keep using the time leap machine, there's one thing you must remember.
携帯電話は絶対に手放さないこと。それはあんたの生命線、局所場指定のマーカーなの。
Don't let go of your phone, ever. It's your lifeline, your destination marker.
それさえ持ち続けていれば、どの時間へも跳躍はできる。
As long as you keep it with you, you can leap to any time you want.
でももし手放してしまって誰かに使われたら。
But if you lose your phone, if someone else gets a hold of it, then if I leap to that time, my memories could overwrite theirs. I don't really imagine that what might happen next.
あるいは充電が切れたり壊されたりしたら。
If it breaks or the battery dies, then I won't be able to leap to that time. If it breaks, then I can get a new phone with the same number, but there will still be a period of time to which I can never leap.
タイムリープは成功しない。
The time leap will fail.
だから絶対に携帯を手放しちゃダメ。
Once again, never let go of your phone.
了解だ。
Got it.
今日の昼間にタイムリープしたら2時に私がマシンを完成させるまではあんたは特別なことはしてはいけない。
After you leap back to this afternoon, just sit still and don't do anything till I complete the time leap machine.
これが完成しないときっとこの時間までの流れが大きく変わってしまう。
If you accidentally prevent me from completing the machine, it'll likely wreak havoc with the timeline.
完成したらすぐに実験はしないって宣言して全員解散させて。
As soon as I finish, declare that we will not experiment. Then everyone home.
それから私に声をかけてくれればいい。未来から来たって言われれば多分私は信じる。
Ask me to stay. Tell me the truth. If you say that you came from the future, I'll probably believe you.
なんでわかる？
How do you know?
私のことは私が一番よく知ってる。
Who knows me better than myself?
そもそも電話レンジを改良してタイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
Don't forget, it was my math skills that turned the fun wave into a time leap machine. Wink.
さっきあんたからタイムリープしてきたって言われた時は自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えた。何の疑問もなくね。
When you told me your time leap, I think it's proof that my theories were right. I was happy it succeeded. I really was. I didn't doubt it was true for a second. I see.
念のためにキーワードを決めておきましょう。
Just to be safe, I should probably give you a passphrase.
私の今一番欲しいものはマイフォークである。
What I want the most right now is my own fork.
なに？
What?
あ、いや別に意味なんてないからな。
To me,
マイ
anything,
フォー
okay?
クが欲しいのか？
You want your own fork?
マイスプーンはもう持ってるからってそこに興味持つな。
I have my own spoon. Wait, I have my own spoon. Wait, doesn't matter.
はいはい準備できた。いつでも行ける。
Everything's ready. Now get out of here.
気をつけて。
Be careful and remember,
私はいつだってあんたの味方よ。
I'm always on your side. Bonding! Yay!
These sensations never get any easier to endure. Like the clock. It's 1:46. What was I doing then? The time limit machine will be finished in about 15 minutes. All it needs are some final adjustments. So there's nothing for me to do but wait.
おかりおかり、ちょっと来て。
Ocarina, can you come here?
持っててくれないかな。こうしてピローンって広げて。
Can you hold this for me? Spread out like flap! I follow my Yuri's directions to spread the costume out by the sleeves.
ありがとう。
Okay, thanks!
できた
All done! I said something here, didn't I? What was it? I can't remember.
クリスちゃんより先にできたよ。競争してたんだ。
I finished before Chris-chan! We were racing!
負けたわ、まゆり。お見事ね。
You and Mayuri, congratulations.
でも、こっちももう終わりよ。
But I'm finished too.
完成。
Complete. Alright, that's my cue.
実験はしない。
We're not experimenting. Crap, was that too soon?
いきなり全否定とか。私が何のために苦労して作ったと思ってんのよ。
I've just finished and you're already shutting it down? What have I been doing these past 3 days?
タイムリープには問題が山積みだ。その点についてじっくり検証したい。
Time leaping presents a host of problems. I want to consider them all carefully.
あんたにしてはまともな意見だな。
Huh? That's an unusually respectable opinion coming from you.
何が問題なのかな。完成したんじゃないの？
Problems? I thought it was done.
詳しくは後日説明する。今日はみんな疲れているだろうから解散にしよう。
I'll explain later. Everyone's tired, so let's go home.
完成祝いにちょっとでもパーッとやったりしないの？
We're not gonna have a party to celebrate?
それも後日だ。
We'll do that another day.
何？
What?
不満か？
Are you upset?
ええ。
Yeah. Probably because I shot her down right after she finished the time leap machine. She'll feel relief later, but only after she has time to fully consider its implications.
俺は5時間後から来た。
I came from 5 hours in the future.
何の冗談？
Is that supposed to be funny?
睨むな。お前言っていることが全然違うではないか。何が未来から来たと言われれば多分信じるだ。
Don't glare at me like that! This isn't right, you're supposed to believe me!
は？何そのバカっぽいセリフ。
What makes you think I'd believe something like that?
5時間後のお前が言ったんだぞ。
You told me so! 5 hours from now, okay?
捏造しないで。私が多分信じるみたいな論理性皆無の発言するわけないでしょ。
Don't be ridiculous. I would never make such a baseless projection. I'd like to have a word of future Kurisu. This is how you are going to be, then you have leave me no choice but to quote you word for word.
タイムリープが成功したことを聞かされたお前は何の疑問もなく自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えたとも言った。
When I told you about my time leap, you said, I took it as proof that my theories were right. I didn't doubt it was true for a second.
そもそも電話レンジを改良してタイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
Don't forget, it was my math skills that turned the phone wave into a time leap machine.
私はそんなのだぜみたいな話し方しない。
I don't talk like that.
お前が今一番欲しいものはマイフォークである。
What you want right now, what you want most right now is your own fork. What?
マイスプーンはすでに持っているそうだな。
You already have your own spoon. You already have your own spoon, apparently.
そんなことまで話したのか？恨むぞ、5時間後の私。
She said that? I'm gonna kill myself 5 hours from now. Whatever's going on there, it seems she believes me now.
心の中を覗き見されたような気分よ。しかもよりによって岡部にと。
It feels like someone peeked in my heart. That someone is Okabe of all people. What does he think I'm gonna do?
でもあんたの言うことは信じてよさそうね。詳しく聞かせて。
But I think I believe you. Tell me what the details. I explained everything to Kurisu. Again! I'm able to organize my thoughts better since this is my second time.
なるほどね。あんたの言うことが事実ならかなりまずい状況だな。
I see. If what you say is true, then we have a serious problem. There are 5 hours until Mayuri's death. We need to come to a plan before then.
5時間後の私は時間順序保護仮説かもって言ってたらしいけど、それともちょっと違う気がする。
Future me said the chronology projection conjecture holds, but I don't think that's quite right.
あの仮説は因果率が狂う恐れがあるから、タイムトラベルの可能性は量子論により否定されるっていうものよ。
The conjecture said that, according to quantum theory, time travel was impossible due to the danger of disrupting causality.
でもタイムリープの場合、タイムパラドックスはそもそも起きない。
But when you time leap, there's no chance of a time paradox occurring. Two of me don't exist at the same time. I can't bring anything with me to the past. That changes the memories stored in my temporal lobe.
やはり世界の意志だ。
So I was right.
宇宙そのものが検閲をするかのように、俺が歪ませた事象の修正を行っているとしか思えない。
The universe itself is censoring me, correcting any changes I try to make.
だとしたらタイムリープじゃマユリは救えないっていうことになる。何をしたって修正されちゃうんだから。
If that's true, then time looping can't save Mayuri. Nothing you do will change the result.
そんなのは認めない。
I can't accept that.
同意するわ。世界の意思説は非現実的すぎる。私は支持したくない。
Neither can I. The world is trying to kill Mayuri. As a scientist, I refuse to believe such nonsense.
多世界解釈ならどうだ。マユリが死なない可能性を観測できれば解決だ。
But what the me ruled interpretations? I need to observe the world where Mayuri doesn't die.
多世界解釈か。マユリの死に方がいつも違うっていうのは関係あるのかな。
The me ruled interpretation? That may have something to do with how Mayuri's means of death keeps changing.
でも重ね合わせ状態になっているいくつもの可能性世界は相互観測が不可能なのに、あんたはどうして観測できてるの？
But it's supposed to be impossible for parallel worlds to observe each other. Why are you different?
それはこの俺の特殊能力であるリーディングシュタイナーが。
It's my Esper powers, reading Steiner.
ダメだこいつ。早く何とかしないと。
This is no time for your chuny boy, you nonsense.
他に説明のしようがない。
There's no other explanation.
特殊能力ってあんたね、もしかしてそれ本気で言ってたのか？
You've mentioned that reading Steiner thing before. Were you actually serious?
ふざけているつもりはないぞ。
Why did I mess up something like that? Our D-Mill experiment proved that I can somehow perceive changes in the timeline when they occur. It's an ability only I seem to possess. This has been proven by our previous D-Mill experiments.
特殊能力だかなんだか知らないけど、そんな不確定的なものを頼る気にはなれない。
I don't know, but I don't want to rely on something that may not even exist.
だいたいどの可能性を観測するかを制御しようがないんだから、多世界解釈だろうがなんだろうが、マユリが死なない可能性に至るのは無理よ。
Anyway, you can't control which possibilities you observed. Even if the me world interpretation holds true, and it's reasonable to expect that you'll never find a world line where Mayuri doesn't die.
待て、これでは話が進まないではないか。解釈の話はいいから俺たちにできることを考えるべきだ。
Wait, we're not getting anywhere. Instead of analyzing what I've done, let's think about what we can do.
タイムリープじゃ結果は変えられない。さっきそう言った。
Time looping won't change the result. I just said that.
じゃあどうするんだ。
Then what do we do?
落ち着け。
Calm down.
落ち着いていられるか。俺が一体何度マユリの死を目の当たりにしたと思ってるんだ。
How can I calm down? Do you know how many times I've seen Mayuri die?
あいつが無残に血を流して生き絶えていくのを俺は目の前で何度も見ていたんだ。何度も。
Covered in blood, gasping for breath, the light faded from her eyes, again and again and again and bloody again.
見ていることしかできなかったんだ。
And all I could do was watch.
感情に身を任せてたって何も解決しない。
Getting emotional won't solve anything.
当事者じゃないからそんなに冷静でいられるんだろう。
You're only calm because you weren't there.
そうね。私には5時間後のことはわからない。正直なところ実感が湧かない。
True, I don't know what will happen 5 hours from now. To be honest, it doesn't feel real at all.
でもあんたの言ってることを信じてないわけじゃない。
But it's not like I don't believe you.
岡部がしっかりしなきゃ。
You have to stay strong, Okabe.
悪かった。
Sorry. She's right. Getting emotional won't solve anything. I need to calm down. Calm down.
そもそも原因が違うのに必ず同じ結果に至るというのが解せない。
What I don't understand is how the cause can change, but the effect can stay the same.
因果が歪んでいるとしか思えない。
It's like causality itself is broken.
真由里の死の原因は桐生萌香が発砲するじゃなくて、もっとマクロなことなんじゃない？
Maybe Kiryu Moeka shooting her isn't the real cause of death. Maybe it's something larger and less obvious.
タイムマシンを作ったことか、あるいはセルンにハッキングしたことがバレたことあたりね。
For example, maybe she dies because we invented a time machine, because CERN discovers our hacking.
その結果として真由里が死ぬ。そう考えるなら因果は歪んでないって言える。
That's the cause. It doesn't really matter how she dies. Causality remains intact.
苗に背中を押されて電車にひかれるのもそれで説明できるのか。
Can that theory explain why Nai pushes her in front of a train?
そっか。
Oh, right.
でも因果率は絶対のルールなのよ。それを否定したら全ての物理学も否定されてしまう。
Anyway, the principality of causality is absolute. Deny that and you deny all physics.
だから必ず真由里が死ぬのには原因がある。
There must be a distinct cause for Mayuri's death.
その原因さえわかるならなんとかなるかも。
So if we figure out what it is, then maybe we can save her?
そうでもない。
Not necessarily.
どういうことだ？
What do you mean?
その原因となる出来事がいつ起こったというのが問題になってくる。
The problem is when the causality event occurred.
あまり時間が経っているようだと対処できないわ。
If it happened too far in the past, then nothing we can do.
タイムリープマシンがあるから携帯電話を持っている時代の範囲内ならどこへでも戻れるはずだろう。
But I can travel anytime I have a cell phone, can't I?
戻れない。予測だけどタイムリープマシンは一度に最長で48時間しか跳躍できないと思う。
No, it's still theoretical, but I believe that one leap with our machine has a maximum range of 48 hours. 48 hours? I can only go back 2 days?
なぜ今さらそんなことを。
Why didn't you tell me that before?
今さらってタイムリープマシンが完成したのはついさっきじゃない。
Before what? I just built a time leap machine, remember? That's true.
5時間後のお前も言わなかった。
Future, you didn't say anything about it either.
ああ、そういうことか。言い出すタイミングがなかったのかも。
Oh, that's what you mean. Maybe she just didn't have a chance.
で48時間しか飛べない理由は？
So I can leap 48 hours.
わからない。私もマシンのすべての原理や構造を理解して作ったわけじゃないから。
I don't know. You don't understand anything that's going on inside that thing.
連続での跳躍は可能よ。タイムリープマシンが存在している限りね。例えば10年後までタイムリープマシンが壊れずに残っていたのなら10年の時間を遡ってくることはできる。
But you can do consecutive leaps. That is, as long as the time leap machine exists. For example, if the time leap machine remains functional for 10 straight years, you could leap back to this moment 10 years from now.
単純計算で1825回タイムリープする必要があるからかなりのリスクになりそうだけど、とにかく理論上は可能なの。
Of course, it would take a total of 1,825 leaps, so I don't recommend it. Still, it's theoretically possible.
だったら何も問題は。
Then what's the problem?
大あり。 言ったでしょ、タイムリープマシンが存在している限りって。
Weren't you listening? I said a long time loops exist.
.あのマシンはいつ完成した？
When was the machine completed?
あ、
そう。2010年8月13日の午後2時ぐらい。
Exactly, around 2 p.m. on August 13th, 2010.
それ以前には存在していない。
It didn't exist before then.
マシンを使うのは今日の2時以降じゃないと不可能なのよ。
It's possible to use the machine before 2 p.m. today.
つまり過去方向へは
So what you're saying is... Count 48 hours back.
8月11日の14時までしか行けないと。
I can't go back further than 2 p.m. on the 11th.
おそらく。
Most likely.
改良できないのか？
Can't you improve it?
将来的にできるかもしれないけど、今のこの状況じゃ無理。
Eventually, maybe, but certainly not now.
もっときちんとした設備のあるところで、お金をたくさん使ってきちんとしたパーツを使えばなんとかなるかもしれないけど。
I need a real laboratory with real equipment. It would be expensive, which means we need sponsors.
それをやろうとしても、どうせセルンに潰されると思う。
And if we go looking, I'm pretty sure CERN would crush us.
未来の私かあんたが未だにタイムリープしてきていないという回で証明終了かな。
I say that's proven by the fact that neither you nor I have left here from the far future yet. So basically,
結局何もできないということではないか。
we can't do anything.
タイムリープマシンがあっても5時間後にマユリがセルに殺される運命は結局避けられないのかよ。
Even with the time leap machine, we can't stop CERN from killing Mayuri 5 hours from now. At that moment, I hear a clatter from outside. That's when I realized how foolish I was being. What was I thinking? Just getting so worked up. God knows who could have been listening to us. I was outside in a panic to see Suzuo of all people.
おい！
Hey! I tried to get her attention, but she ran off without a look in my direction.
あいつ
What's with her? She's acting strange. Instinct tells me she knows something. My gut tells me so.
ちょっとどこ行くの？
Hey, where are you going? Something going on here. It's a completely new sequence of events. This has to mean something. I can feel it. Suzu's already out of sight. She must have been heading towards Shiriduri. I wonder if her phone's on. The thing of it, this reminds me of something. The day she failed to meet her father, she disappeared without a word. It's the email saying bye. I
couldn't find Suzuha no matter how I searched, so I sent an email to change the past so she would stay. Where did Suzuha go after failing to find her father? I searched up and down Churuduri to find no trace of Suzuha on or her bike. I have to be careful, they could already be around us here in Akaba. And maybe I should corner her in my next time leap. Pressure for answers before she can escape. I better get back to the lab. I started walking away from the station, but just then... the people around me gasp and point. Everyone's looking up at the sky. So I turn and look up too. What? Someone inside? Is it even operatable? And if it is, who could operate it?
天音鈴はそれとも桐生萌香か
Suzuha? Or could it be Moeka? Unlike in my previous time leaps, this time Suzuha overheard my conversation with Furishu and ran off. That's something different. Suddenly the satellite starts to move. Suzuha must be up there. What's he trying to do? What is that satellite? How is it related to John Teeter? Could it be a time machine? There's only one way to know for sure. I need to get up there before Suzuha does something.
Suzuha!
岡部凛太郎
The interior of the satellite was far more simple than I expected. The only thing that really caught my eye were the pilot seat and the monitors that affixed the arms. The monitors displayed numbers in a large font that I could read from where I stood. The upper monitor reads August 13th, 2010. The lower monitor August 13th, 1975. Suzuha sits in the seat and types away at the keyboard with a practiced hand.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
動かない
It's not working.
動かし方を知っているのか
You know how to use that thing?
動かないよ
It's not working.
答えろ天音鈴は
Answer me, Amani, Suzuha Amani. It's all hard to ask the question.
これはタイムマシンだな
This is a time machine, isn't it?
お前はタイムトラベラーなのか
Are you a time traveler?
私が
I'm
ジョン・タイターだよ
John Titor. Do, do, do. Well, that's some stuff went down today. But wow, that was just... Whew. A lot of information came out today. We found out that the zoo is John Titor. Found out that Karisu went to Fork. I can only go 48 hours in the past with Time Leap Machine. Well, we found out tomorrow. Or in 2 days from now. I don't know. Let's find out next time. The journey continues. Never stop learning. Enjoy the randomness. I'll see you next time.